Hey everyone, this is AShadowbox, and here we have the plane you guys voted for, the PMDG J41. We purchased this one used from American Airlines, or American Connection. And let me tell you, I have not had a successful flight in this yet. So fingers crossed for this one. Problems that I've been having have been setting fire to both my engines on the taxiway. Let's see, just last flight I was actually en route to Chicago, and my right engine developed a fuel leak and died. I was able to land the plane safely though. And then the time before that, I had another electrical system error like we did going up to Mackinac. So I had to land for that one as well. So I'm getting a lot of emergency landing bonus points. In fact, I think I'm almost qualified to fly jets, as a matter of fact. But we don't have the money for it yet anyway, so it's a moot point. Alright, but let's go ahead and get ready. We have 19 passengers today. Let's go ahead and start prepping the plane. We'll need our ground power unit. We'll also need catering services to come out here, so let's go ahead and prop open the back door for them. And then we can go ahead and just open up these exits, or these cargo bays, while we're thinking about it. Well, while we're waiting for catering to come by, I might as well go ahead and request boarding for as soon as catering's done. Let's get this beast started up, and let me tell you, I am falling in love with this plane, even though it's really hard to really hard to master. Let's see, let's go ahead and get the batteries on, and our battery assist from the ground power unit on. We're gonna have lots of beeping because not everything is on, so we'll go ahead and if you click this button right here, you can mute that beeping. Just make sure you unmute it before you take off. Now we need the avionics to come online. There we are. And now we can...
ECAS system test, okay.
Let's see, fuel we have 3, 5, 3, 0. Seems about right. Now let's turn on our FMC. Wait for that self-test to go through. Hello, random telehandler that has an extremely long shadow when I look at it. What is the deal there? Wow. Is it there when I look at it from... Yep. Weird. That must be this freeware scenery. Anyway, so that self-test is done. Let's go ahead and initialize our position. Yay. Active flight plan. We are flying KTOL 2. I've entered this flight plan so many times. Oh, that's right, GSH. Yep. And then Hobart. And then Chicago. We are departing from runway 7. There's no SIDS or stars here. Well, I mean, obviously, stars, standard terminal arrival. Oh, they only gave us a minibus this time. They've been sending, like, really big buses the last few flights that I've done. Anyway, so that's all activated and stuff now, and then go here and... Sorry, I'm not very good at explaining because I barely have this to an acceptable level. I definitely don't have it perfect. Whoa, did you see this, like, weird... It's like cut in half here. That's weird. That hasn't happened before. I guess we'll just go with it. Let's see. Plan. We need 800 there. Previous aircraft weight, our payload is something like 3,500. Our takeoff weight is 21527, so we'll need oh wait, no. What did FSPassengers weight say? Because that's the one I want to use. The FSPassengers weight said 22.5, I think. But yeah, FMS looks initialized, though because of how this aircraft is, we're gonna have to re-input the flight plan. But we might as well got the rest of the data. And the reason we have to do that, let's see, Toledo clearance, please.
Toledo clearance delivery, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, IFR.
But in this plane, you can't push back with the engines on. So we have to disconnect from the ground, and then that shuts off all our avionics for some reason. But the only thing it doesn't save is the actual flight plan. It saves everything else just fine. Runway heading is, of course, 070. Let's see, and now we need to put in our speeds. So go down here to the speed cards, and we need 22.5 for our weight. You can see at the bottom there, it says 18.5 right now, 19,000, 22.5. Okay, we are doing flaps 9 takeoff. 113, 113, 117, 132. So set our V1 to 113. V rotate to 113. V2 to 117. And this is the speed that we can safely climb with a single engine. It's 132. All right. There we go. So now we just need to wait for boarding. I guess we can go ahead and set our trim properly. Turn on the cabin lights. Set up our display to how I like it. Get our autopilot ready. This is weird. The autopilot master switch, yaw dampener, and this is how you change your vertical speed hold, are on the FMS or FMC. Let's see, we want. Well, this doesn't really matter right now. Alright. Stewardess is closing the door for us.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us today. Before takeoff, we encourage you to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of this aircraft.
Via taxiway Bravo. Contact tower on 118.1.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 7 using taxiway Bravo. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to the cabin crew while we display the safety features and procedures of this aircraft in case of an emergency. In an emergency, please remain in your seat with your seat belt fastened. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, oxygen masks will deploy from the panels overhead. Pull the oxygen mask towards you and place over your head. The mask can be tightened by pulling on the straps at the front of the mask. The bag may not inflate even though oxygen is flowing. If there is smoke in the cabin, the walkway emergency lighting will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that all electronic devices should be turned off for takeoff and that mobile phones must not be used for the duration of the flight. We thank you for your attention during this brief presentation.
Alright, so yeah, this plane has a pretty complex, well, it's not really complex, it's just different engine start procedure. As you can see, the propellers are like facing forward, like 90 degrees away from being feathered. Those are in their gust lock position, or sorry, not gust lock, starter lock position. They're angled that way, so it makes it easier for the engines to start. But if you try to use your, you know, like actually throttle up and stuff, or even just have the generators on while the blade is in the start lock, then you get engine fires. And I have had plenty of those. Really, it's like a 50-50 chance if the engine actually starts properly or not. So, yeah, this will be interesting. No, we got the rudder pedals going nuts because of the pushback. Our co-pilot will speak to us on occasion. As soon as the tow truck is off to the side and after our marshaller tells us left is clear, right is clear, then we get the okay to start the engines. So that's the signal we're waiting for.
Set parking brakes.
Hopefully we'll still have enough battery power left to start the engines by the time we're done here.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Are you gonna give me the ready for engine?
Clear to start engine.
There we go. So, there's that, and then left pump, and start. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. Sounds like we have a successful start. There we go. Now let's do the same thing, but with the right engine. There we go.
Condition motors taxi.
Gas system test, okay.
There we go. All right. We are almost ready to taxi. Now we need to disengage the start locks.
Start locks removed.
There we go. That's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and set our takeoff flaps now.
Flaps 9.
Release our parking brake. Let's move forward, hopefully without an engine fire. Now the thing about this aircraft that you should know is that even at idle power, these engines produce 22% thrust. I believe it was 22%. So you have to be aware of that while you are taxiing and also while you're descending. Because just pulling your throttle quadrant back to idle isn't going to make you have zero thrust. The takeoff go around button. Oh, come on, move forward. Arm the spoilers. See our ground speed down here on the bottom screen, bottom right hand corner. I can't remember if I set it up for my mouse to be visible in the video or not. Yep, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the other series on this channel, if that's what you really want to see. I'm just waiting until I get my new graphics card and Shadow Play, which I will be ordering tomorrow. Now, in real life, this route from Toledo to Chicago is flown by American Connection. It is, except instead of using a Jetstream 41, they use an ERJ 135. Now for my flight planning, I don't use any external programs. I just let FSX make the flight plan, because that way you know everything is compatible. And I'm not advanced enough to know how to use SIDS and stars very well, so I'm not too concerned with that. I have noticed, though, that the plane doesn't like to rotate at its rotate speed. Like, according to the speed that the cards give us. I don't know if it's something that I'm doing wrong, or what. Here we're coming up to the tower, to the runway, so let's tune the tower. Check our takeoff configuration.
Ready for IFR departure.
We're good.
Runway 7. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, clear for takeoff. Runway 7. Clear for takeoff. Runway
Unmute
7.
your warnings.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
Whoa. What was that? We had a master warning. Engines are fine. Let's double check our takeoff configuration. Takeoff configuration is fine. What is happening? Why are we getting a master warning when we increase our thrust? Let's see, let's go over our panels. Everything looks fine up here. Do we need our strobe and landing lights on? How about our trim? What's our trim set to? Our trim is set properly, our flaps are set properly. Let's just double check and make sure that our starter locks are off. Alright. We should be good to go. Spoilers are armed. Maybe it's the yaw dampener. What does that say? Does it say config? It does say config. I don't know what I'm missing though. See? Everything's fine. Oh, I know what it is. Got it. My condition levers were still set to taxi.
Takeoff power set. 70 knots. Takeoff power set.
See, I'm pulling back and it's not lifting up.
Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
I think the takeoff trim is just too far, just set too far forward. Let's see, we want heading hold, altitude select.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, contact Toledo departure on 126.1. 126.1, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Toledo departure, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06 is climbing through 1,700, 16,000. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Toledo departure, roger, altimeter 2992. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, turn left, heading 275, proceed on course, climb and maintain 6,000. Turn left, heading 275, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 6,000. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
I also don't understand this. I can't engage the autopilot, and it seems just random when it finally does let you engage it.
Flaps up.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Contact Toledo departure on 134.35. 134.35. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Viper 2, good light. Turn right, heading 355. Turn right, heading 355. Viper 2, good light. H4901. Turn left, heading 315. Turn left, heading 315. H4901. H4901. Turn right, heading 345. Turn right, heading 345. H4901.
Sorry, I'm kind of completely focused on what I'm doing right now. Still can't... Oh, that's irritating. Why can I not engage the autopilot? I don't understand this.
That's the 49er call. Contact Toledo approach on 120.8. 120.8 for Cessna 49er call.
There we go. Now it's letting me. Okay, we need to intercept our course better than that. Can I climb any higher yet? Oh, I didn't contact.
Toledo departure, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, with you. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Toledo departure, roger. Altimeter 2992. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, turn left, heading 245. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, turn left, heading 245. Climb and maintain 14,000. Turn left.
It's now got 14,000.
Climb and maintain 14,000. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
And we want an IAS.
November 1140 airport with you. H November 1140 airport. Toledo approach, roger. Altimeter 2992.
Uh-oh, I never re-engaged this. This could be a problem. .145 is our best speed. Yep. Okay. KTOL. GS.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Contact Toledo
Oh, apparently not.
Going to 134.35, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. 120.45, Fort Orbit 446.
Crossing 10,000 feet.
There we go.
Cleveland Center, shore 3705, with you, flight level 250.
Shore
I think we're all right now.
Cleveland Center, roger. Cleveland Center, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, descent 10,700, climbing 14,000. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Cleveland Center, roger. Altimeter 2992, orbit 7171. Contact Cleveland Center.
14,000 is close enough.
120.45. Going to 120.45, orbit 7171.
The original plan was for 15,000 feet, but 14,000 feet is close enough. I don't feel like climbing that additional 1,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 14,000. Climb and maintain 14,000. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
Okay, fuel is looking good.
Contact Cleveland Center.
We don't have any fires.
Going to 119.95, American Pacific Line.
This right here is supposed to be a weather radar, but it doesn't work. It's purposefully an op. PMDG didn't model it on purpose. I'm not turning to 245. I guess I better turn to 245. And then they're gonna say, proceed on course. Oh wait, it's direct, so it's fine. Okay, we're coming up to our altitude here. As soon as we're level, I can start fiddling with the engine. So as soon as we get a decent airspeed, I can start fiddling with the engines and become as efficient as possible. No fuel leaks yet. That's always good.
Contact Cleveland Center on 120.45. Going to 120.45. Pacifica 5.
I didn't say turn 245 and then proceed on course. No, they didn't. That's what they said, proceed on course, but then they... There we go.
Right, heading 280, proceed on course. Pacifica 90601. Turn right, heading 285. Resume on navigation. Descend and maintain flight level 200. Turn right, heading 285. Resume on navigation. Descend and maintain flight level 200. Pacifica 90601. Turn right, heading 280. Proceed on course. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Pacifica 90601. Contact Cleveland Center on 120.45. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Contact Cleveland Center on 120.45. 120.45.
Come on, let me just get leveled out and everything. Alright, let's start fiddling with the engines. Okay, so we'll bring our exhaust gas temperature down to that top white line. And now adjust our RPMs to about 98. There we go, that's good enough.
Going to 127.55, orbit 146.
That is as efficient as we can make our engines, if the tutorials that I watched and read are to be believed. I guess we can disarm our spoilers now.
119.905,
We're pretty much on course now. I don't think we're going to be having any major bank changes. Let's go ahead and serve the drinks. This is a short flight, so I'm thinking of just having you guys stay with me all the way through, because we should be arriving in Chicago in about 35 minutes. Everything still looks good. Our fuel amounts are normal. Temperatures are normal. No icing problems that I can see. Don't have any cautions or warnings. We can turn off our landing lights now. And our taxi. I think I'm pretty good at landing the plane now, because, I think I'm pretty good at, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I think I'm pretty good at landing the plane now, because I've made 2 emergency landings in a row. Both times with a not completely functional aircraft, and, I still managed to keep on the runway. The second emergency landing, though, I did end up blowing a tire because my touchdown was too hard. It was a small strip. I didn't want to float down the runway, so I forced it down probably earlier than I should have. That caused me to blow a tire and jack the repair costs up even more. So one thing I didn't know, in the price manager for FSPassengers, they had this aircraft listed for just over $9 million. And that's what I put in the Pick the Next Plane special. But according to FSPassengers, they stopped producing this aircraft in 1997. So there wasn't a new one available for me to buy. So I had to buy a used one. I said that I bought it from American Airlines, because why not? And I need to pull back on the throttle a bit. And I already had 3,000 hours of flight on it, which is a lot compared to the other aircraft in my fleet, like the I almost said the Coronado, which Coronado I have like 8. The Caravan has like 900 flight hours on it. The C40, the 340 had like 300, and the Stationair had like 30. So yeah, this had I'm sorry. This had quite a lot of hours on it when I bought it, and I think that's what led to the maintenance issues. But they said that when I bought it, it said that the owner had a really good reputation for maintaining his aircraft. So I was really surprised when first time I got it in the air, I had to make an emergency landing. What happened with that in the incident report, it said that the navigation light sorted out and that short-circuited all the electric systems. So it was lucky that we didn't get an electrical fire. And then the second time, it didn't tell me what caused it, but our right fuel tank leaked. And it starved the engine, and I had to land with only one engine. Somehow I did it. I don't know how, but of course. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm so tired. But of course I did blow that tire. But we've definitely been losing money on this plane so far. So hopefully we can start to make it up with this flight. We've got 19 passengers at $300 a piece, so... And then there's the distance multiplier, which won't be too much, because it's just Toledo to Chicago. But I thought this would be a nice, easy first flight. I can tell you one thing, though. Keeping this plane well-maintained is going to be paramount.
Captain, we have a whole family of everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. We probably couldn't really hear her over the engines because this aircraft is really loud. But she said there's an entire family in the back that got sick and the cabin is a complete mess. So yeah, I'm glad I don't have her job right now.
Chicago Center, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, with you, 140, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Chicago Center, Roger, altimeter 2992.
Fuel quantity is still good. I'm watching that like a hawk this time around. I don't want to be caught again. By the time I noticed it, it was down to like, the left tank had 12,000 pounds in it and the right tank had like 400. So I was like, whoa, something's not right here. We're getting close to Gulf Sierra Hotel, our first waypoint. I think it's VOR. I'm not sure. And I think Hobart is an intersection, and then obviously Kilo Oscar Romeo Delta is Chicago O'Hare. It is a nice looking plane though. A great virtual cockpit. I mean, obviously it's PMDG. Another thing it doesn't have that I wish it had was a virtual cabin. I love virtual cabins. Wait, cabin. Oh, hey! It does have one. The people look kind of... Okay, this is definitely not a fantastic virtual cabin. I'm actually very disappointed. I would almost rather it not have one, to tell the truth. I mean, compared to Carinato's cabins, it's abysmal. But I would rather have a nice virtual cockpit than a nice virtual cabin. That is a fact. Go to the lock spot. In Sea Lake, Michigan over there.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, contact Chicago Center on 133.9er. 133.9er for Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Pacific Advice 09er 1, traffic. Chicago Center, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, wind yield 14,000. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Chicago Center, roger, altimeter 29er 2, airway 1646, contact Chicago Center on 127.55.
I think this plane has taken my second favorite plane ever for FSX. Spot right behind the ERJ 135 made by Field Air. So yeah, we're probably going to be using this plane for a while. I could either just keep it to 2 videos like I've been doing for each plane, or I can show you more videos, like I can show you 4 or 5 of this plane going to different destinations while we save up to get a jet. I have been told by several people that they would like to see me get into business jets, so think of like the Cessna Citation or the Cessna Mustang or the Embraer Phenom. But yeah, I want to get my graphics card first, and then I think I'm going to buy a few more jets. Because I would really not want to use the, I'd really not want to use the default Learjet as our first jet. That would be such a letdown. But, I guess another alternative is, do you guys have any freeware suggestions for a business jet? I remember there was a really good Cessna Citation X floating around, but I can't remember where I found it.
I've got your hot meal here, Captain. I hope it's better.
A hot meal on a half-hour flight. That is good service. Thank you. Oh, she's gone already. first waypoint.
Chicago Center, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, with you. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Chicago Center, Roger, altimeter 2, Niner 2.
I wonder when ATC is going to step in and have us divert from our flight plan.
Chicago Center, orbit 6818, with you. Orbit 6818, Chicago Center, Roger.
Check our instruments again. Still no warnings or cautions, which is excellent. And our fuel is still normal.
Pacific 1051,
Oh, we're coming up on Hobart, and that's not very far from Chicago itself, so I would imagine we're going to be told to descend and maintain an altitude pretty soon.
Pacific 1051, contact Chicago Center on 127.55. Going at 127.55, Pacific 1051.
So yeah, guys, give me some suggestions where you want me to fly. It has to be within the range of a J41, so, you know, don't ask me to hop the Atlantic with this. We'll get to Europe, I promise. Just not until we have a plane that can cross the pond. Because even when, like, a video doesn't pick up from the last spot that we flew from, like now, we just flew, our last flight was to Sitka, and now we're flying out of Toledo. I flew from Sitka back to Seattle, and then across the Midwest, like hopping across the western United States back to Toledo. So, yeah.
Chicago Center, World Travel 1105, with you. World Travel 1105, Chicago Center, Roger. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, 47 miles east, turn right heading 325. Expect vectors ILS, runway 32, right approaching. Pacific 1051, with 16 miles southeast, turn right heading 330. Expect vectors ILS, runway 32, right approaching. Turn right heading 325.
3-2 right. I better find that. I'm gonna go over to my laptop now and look up Chicago O'Hare frequencies.
Runway 32, right approach. Pacific 1051. Pacific 1051. Turn left heading 060.
Let's see.
Turn left heading 060.
I have been told that Sky Vector is a good website to use.
Contact Dublin approach on 118.55.
Let's search for KORD, Chicago O'Hare International.
118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 118.55. 1
We acknowledge the handoff. Thank you, hostess. I still couldn't hear you, though. Runway, what are we doing? 32 right. Turning left now. Back to 390. Aha. Computers, why do you have better reflexes than me? Okay. Two right. Oh. Doesn't give us the ILS frequency. Dang it. Descend the maintain. Whoa, that's quite a descent. Okay, now because of these powerful engines that still deliver thrust while in idle, you have to slow down before you can start descending. 2,700. Holy crap.
Chicago Center, World Travel, execute 1 is out of flight level 250 for flight level 200. World Travel, execute 1, Chicago Center, Roger, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, please expedite for descent to 700.
Let's try 1,500 feet per minute.
Chicago Center, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, is out of 13,500 for 2,700. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Chicago Center, Roger, altimeter 2992.
Runway 32 right, I believe, right? Correct vectors LS 32 right. Yep.
Chicago Center, World Travel 8379 with him. World Travel 8379er, Chicago Center, Roger. Chicago Center, Orbit 2656 with you, flight level 240. Orbit 2656, Chicago Center, Roger. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, contact southbound approach on flight 18.55.
No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all.
Center on 133.9er. Point 118.55. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Southbound approach. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Descent 11,200.
below 10,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are descending to our destination. Please fasten your seatbelts and ensure that your seat is maintained in the upright position.
I really wish I'd gotten the runway frequencies. Systems are still normal. So it looks like I'm going to be performing a completely visual landing. At least they should set me up with plenty of time to make my adjustments and everything. Let's get flaps 9 out. That'll help bring our speed down.
Southwest approach, Cessna, November 1940 Delta. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. Cessna, November 1940 Delta. Southwest approach, cleared to Charlie airspace. Cleared to Charlie airspace. Cessna 40 Delta.
It looks like we're actually going to descend in time. I wasn't too sure. I'll tell you though, this is definitely more exciting than flying, or I guess more intense than flying the planes I'm used to flying. Normally I would have set, just set it on autopilot and read a book, but with this plane I'm constantly monitoring everything, making sure something's not about to go dreadfully wrong, and yeah, it's intense. This is my first PMDG plane. And I've never really had a reason to get into it before. Like, I've had it for a while, but I've never been able to really fly it. So if we land successfully, that'll be my first, successful non-emergency landing in this plane.
Chicago approach, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, descend 3,900, descending 2,700. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Chicago approach, roger, altimeter 2992.
Okay, so the gross weight is 20,755.
Chicago departure, Pacifica 7981, is climbing through 1,500.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, or 300, below your assigned altitude. Climb
It just completely passed my altitude select.
Pacifica 7981, Chicago departure, roger, altimeter 2992, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, turn right, heading 325, climb and maintain
Up, 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 up.
700. Pacifica 7981, turn left, heading 305, proceed on course, climb and maintain 140.
Pull up.
Turn left, heading 305, proceed on course, climb and maintain 14000. Pacifica 7981.
Oh, I missed instructions.
Pacifica 7981, contact Chicago departure on 120.55. Turn right heading 325, climb and maintain 2,700. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Viper 906 Foxtrot, traffic is 5 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,500. 47 site. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, traffic is 11 o'clock, 4 miles at 4,500. Viper Archer, 47 site. Viper 906 Foxtrot, traffic in sight. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Captain Viper Archer in sight. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, turn left heading 2905. Chicago approach, Viper November 6 or 906 Foxtrot, request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Viper November 6 or 906 Foxtrot, Chicago approach, cleared to Bravo airspace. Viper Sport 1 Charlie, are leaving my airspace, resume low navigation, contact southbound.
Oh.
132.05, turn left heading 295, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
Okay.
Going to 1310.05.
What is our what's our weight? Maybe somewhere around
Viper 906 Foxtrot.
100. Altitude steady, good. Okay, landing. This will be a flaps 25 landing. So we want our approach speed to be about 124.
Viper 906 Foxtrot, contact Chicago approach on 118.4. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, turn left heading 265. Turn left heading 265, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. 118.
I swear, ATC, if you fly me into a building, I'm not going to be happy.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
Oh yeah, just fly around 2,700 feet. That's right about level with the Sears Tower. And then fly straight at the Sears Tower. Thanks, ATC.
Going to 118.4, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06. Chicago approach, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, with you. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, Chicago approach, roger, altimeter 2992. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, turn left heading 235.
I was having a holding pattern or something.
235, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
We're getting near Chicago again, so my frame rate's gonna start suffering. Ugh, I need shadow play. 4 o'clock, 4 miles at 4,500. Found him. I saw that flash of red when I saw his name, but now I can't see him.
Chicago's approach, 71901 heavy, at 7,954,000. 71901 heavy, Chicago's approach, roger, altimeter 2992.
There's the airport over there. They're gonna have me turn on to the turn on to our final heading here in a moment. At least I thought they would.
Traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 4,600. Cessna, Skyhawk, report them in sight. 719er, 1 heavy. Turn right, heading 020. Delta Sierra, Bravo 06. You are 19er, miles southeast. Turn right, heading 295. Descend and maintain 2,700. Cleared ILS. Runway 32, right, approach. Maintain 2,700. Will establish on the local line. Contact O'Hare Tower on 132.7. Turn right heading 295. Climb and maintain 2,700. Cleared ILS. Runway 32. Right approach. Maintain 2,700. Will establish. Tower on 132.7. Delta Sierra Bravo 06. O'Hare Tower, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06 is 18 miles southeast. Inbound ILS, runway 32, right approach. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, O'Hare Tower, fly straight in, runway 32, right, altimeter 2
Okay, guys. I really need to get that localizer frequency. So, obviously, I can't show you that screen. So, I will be back in just a second. Alright guys, we're back. I've got the information and I am putting it in our into our computer. Course 320. Let's go ahead. Arm to navigation. This thing does not have auto land. Just so you know.
Flaps 9.
But it does have approach. Whoa. What's happening? Right, the extra lift caused by putting down the flaps. That's what's happening. Okay, capture that. Alright. Capture that.
Gear down.
Engage the approach mode. Arm the spoilers. Here we go.
Flaps 15.
Well, turbulence, of course. Right as we're about to land, we get turbulence. Fantastic. Thank you very much, FSPassengers. I really appreciate that. Oh, man. Come on, capture that glide slope.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, cleared to land. Runway 32, right.
Yes, thank you for cleared to land, but the turbulence is kind of making that hard right now.
Right. Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
Okay, and then once we are, this is our radar altitude right here. Once we are 500 feet above the ground, that's when we will disengage the autopilot. Okay, come on, let's bring the speed down. We're supposed to be at 124, we're at 150. 800. 700.
Laps 25.
600. 100 feet to go. Let's bring the power back a bit. Not that much.
500.
And disengage the autopilot. I've got the airplane. Reverse thrust, spoilers are deployed.
18 knots. 70 knots.
There we go.
60 knots.
Excellent! I don't think that could have gone any better. Besides the turbulence, obviously.
The aircraft is up to speedboat. The captain has turned off the seatbelt sign.
Lap 7.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06 to Jack Brown on 121.675. 121.675.
Awesome. I am so happy. Oh man. My first successful flight in a PMDG plane. I feel so accomplished right now, it's not even funny.
Chicago ground, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06, request exit to the gate.
Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
Papa 16.
Papa 16. Taxiway Papa 3, Papa Alpha, Alpha 1, Niner, Delta 4, Delta, Delta 7.
Taxi 8 Papa 16, using taxiway Papa 3 Papa Alpha, Alpha 1, Niner, Delta 4, Delta, Delta 7, Alpha Sierra Bravo 06.
Right, and flight, or conditions back to taxi.
Reverse taxi.
Hey look, there's a 747 coming into land. Disarm the spoilers now. Oh man, the frame rate. I really can't wait to get shadow play. This is not an active runway. I feel very accomplished. I've spent all day. Today was my only day off this week, and I've spent. Oh wait, it's 9 p.m. right now. I have been trying to learn this plane since noon. It's taken me 9 hours, and I finally made my first successful flight. But I feel pretty accomplished, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm glad I got it on camera for you guys. I was expecting something to go wrong, just like every second. So I kept on like looking at the fuel, making sure we were good there.
Chicago ground, Piper, November 675.
Everything.
Request taxi for departure unit south.
Just because of how well detailed this add-on is. And just if you mess up one thing, the entire thing can, you know, the entire flight can go wrong, just like in the real world.
Using taxiway Golf Papa Alpha, Piper 56 Tango. Chicago ground 71901 Heavy, request taxi to the gate.
71901 Heavy, taxi to gate Charlie 2, taxiway Tango 7 Tango Tango 100 right 10102.
Taxi to gate Charlie 2, using taxiway Tango 7 Tango Tango 10 Kilo Mike 102, 71901 Heavy.
Alright, so note to self, always grab your, whatever airport you're headed to, always grab the runway information. Always grab the ILS runway information.
Piper 56 Tango, hold position, caution other traffic. Piper 56 Tango, continue taxi.
Otherwise we would have had a completely uninterrupted flight. Instead I had to pause it and grab that information. So I think I know what those big ramp things are for. I think that's to protect other planes from jet wash. Because if a jet, you know, is blowing its exhaust at the back of your plane, it's gonna move your control surfaces around, and it could potentially cause damage. Yeah, passengers are hungry. Yeah, well, guess what? I can't serve food on the ground. So, sorry. Sorry you didn't get an in-flight meal from Toledo to Chicago. I wish you could request a different gate from the controller. Instead of just, oh, I've got to go to Papa 16. Why can't I go to, like, Gulf Port and get a jetway or something like that? Because if I'm flying around with an Airbus or with an EMD 175, then I am not going to want to park out, you know, in the middle of the tarmac all the time. I'm going to want to have it jetway for my customers. Like a 45-minute flight. When I flew from Seattle to Sitka, no one was complaining about being hungry. Now Toledo to Chicago, all of a sudden everyone's hungry. Come on, I gave you guys drinks at least. I didn't think I'd need to give you anything else. Why is the taxi... Why is the progressive taxi line not on the taxi line? Why is the marshaller waving? I'm not over there yet. Cheating. You still want me to come forward? Alright, please cut the engines. That wasn't very good parking. Yeah, well, you suck. Alright. Let's call for... I thought I did set parking brakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination. On behalf of the captain and crew, we thank you for flying with us today and hope you will join us again.
Switches are all off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and ensure you have all your personal items and carry-on luggage.
There's the bus. That's another minibus. Well, why did I open the emergency exit? Guys, I found the bus. Why does it sound like an APU is on? Wait, bus, you didn't get everybody! Well, guys, I guess the 2 people on board are walking back to the terminal.
Captain, all passengers have left the plane.
Alright, guys, well, thank you very much for joining me on my first ever flight in the, well, my first ever successful flight in the PMDG J41. Until next time, I'm AShadowbox. This has been Flight Simulator 10 with FSPassengers and the PMDG J41. Have a good one, guys.